What's going on, guys? I'm Brandon.
I'm Jasmine.
This is nerdlocker.com here with some movie and TV news for you this week. Jazz, did you hear some of the news released this week? They're working on Twins 2.
Oh my gosh.
And I guess Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito are both attached to it.
Is it going to be like crazy Danny DeVito that we see now?
I really hope we get Always Sunny Danny DeVito.
I'm really hoping to see that.
Just completely out of his mind.
That would be amazing.
But that's awesome that now that he's no longer the governor, he's not only going to do action movies, but we get a sequel to Twins.
That's great.
How cool is that?
Can we have a sequel to Junior, too?
That would be even cooler.
Oh,
like
man.
his sons grow up, and then he has to realize his dad gave birth to him, and he's all like mortified, and everyone
great.
picks on him.
He like sees him naked one day in the shower, and he's like, oh, God. And he has it all come spinning back to him.
What's that scar on your stomach? Never mind. That's terrible taste. But I'm stoked.
Me too.
The Twins sequel.
Totally sold. All right, so we've got some more Total Recall news. Ethan Hawke has apparently been cast in it, and as we already know, Colin Farrell is starring. And Bobby's got more news for us, so we're going to toss it right over to him.
Thanks, guys. Total Recall is being remade, but we can hardly call it a remake. It has nothing to do with the 1990s edition that stars Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's more true to Philip K. Dick's book, and they actually ditch Mars altogether, so we won't see an exploding head or anything like that. And I'm pretty upset about this. I really am. I wanted to see 3 boobs and all of that, so this is pretty upsetting. I don't want to see Philip K. Dick's version. I want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger come back and buy another dream. Ethan Hawke has been cast in it, but that does not change my mind. I need Arnold Schwarzenegger back to see this movie. That's it. All
right, so Fox 2000 has acquired the rights to the adult comedy bedtime book called Go the F*** to Sleep. I'm sold.
It basically entails the life and times of a dad trying to put his kids to bed every night.
I like the title.
I'm sold.
Yep. All right, so we got more news on Dexter season 6, but the people with the information are Bobby and Mindy, so we're gonna let them handle this one.
Thanks, guys. We're here to talk about Dexter season 6. It is coming up on us very quickly, and there's a lot of spoilers coming out about it. I would be weary about what you see online because it spoils a lot for the last 4 seasons and some of this, the last 5 seasons, and some of this season as well. So.
Yeah, and also if you haven't seen season 4 yet, don't watch this particular us speaking to each other about Dexter because we are going to ruin things for you. Because if you haven't seen season 4 yet, well, see it.
Yeah, like Rita's death. I wanted to say that. Rita's death, finding her.
You didn't even give him a chance to like turn it off. You're just like, she dies, by the way.
She totally dies.
We also just heard that Colin Hanks is going to be having a recurring role on Dexter as a artifact expert that's involved in a few grisly murders in the Miami scene.
I'm loving Colin Hanks and everything he does, so I'm all for this. He's got that new show, Good Guys, and that's pretty good. And so, I mean, I think
Good Guy, so make it pretty good.
Yeah, so I think I'm pretty excited about him being in this show. I think he's going to be a great addition. We've seen John Lithgow in the past, which was great. I think there's a good chance for Colin to actually pull up and get himself noticed because he needs to be.
And also, I'm kind of hoping that for season 6, we might be able to bring back Julia Stiles because I really, really loved her character in season 5. So I'm just super excited because Colin Hanks would be great. To bring back in a few other people that have made some reoccurring roles would be awesome. So I just think Dexter looks really promising for season 6.
The only thing about Julia Stiles is, though, this last season, I enjoyed it. And I don't want to upset you, but it was kind of the weakest season. But I could just be making a comparison to season.
Well,
the end of season
okay,
4.
I understand that it might have been a little bit weaker because it wasn't as, I guess, it wasn't as good of a, I guess the serial killer was all right, he was okay. But for me, if they hadn't brought Lumen in, I kind of feel like I would have stopped watching it because I was so upset at the end of season 4, I was just like, I don't even, this show went from being funny, cute serial killer guy goes to dramatic, I have 3 kids and I had to raise them on my own. So if I hadn't have had a lighter character to kind of brighten the sunshine in, that's what Rita was. She was the sunshine of the show. And if they hadn't brought that in, I probably would have been like, okay, this is depressing. I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah, you know, I just feel like I was going to go somewhere with that, and then I didn't, so.
So I win this argument. Yay.
All right, so Ricky Gervais is signed on for the next Spy Kids movie, directed by Robert Rodriguez, which I think is awesome. He's gonna he's going to be the voice of a robot dog.
So many things you can do with that.
It's Spy Kids.
Period.
It's cool. I also heard Joel McHale's going to be in this movie.
What?
With Antonio Banderas and Jeremy Piven, who I guess is the bad guy.
So like Time Master.
I just love how many actors like doing these with Robert Rodriguez.
Because they're so fun, and I have never disliked a Spy Kids movie.
I did when it was in 3D, but I didn't watch it in 3D,
Yeah,
so that's
totally
fine.
cool. It worked for me. But I love Robert Rodriguez movies, especially the kids ones, because he does them
for his kids. Yeah, no, I think it's awesome, and I'm gonna go see it.
I'm holding out for Danny Trejo cameo.
Do you think Ricky Gervais is just gonna make fun of everybody as the robot dog?
I would hope so.
Like the Golden Globes?
Yeah, works for me.
That's what I see going.
Okay.
All right, so Paranormal Activity 3 is going to be made, and it's actually going to be made by two of the guys who were involved in Catfish, which was a
weird
documentary that came out this year, which I would just say I would like to call bullshit on that movie because there's no way that is real.
It could be.
But I think it's funny that for this documentary, they're now doing a movie, like an actual...
Yeah.
Either way, call bullshit on it. But Bobby's got a lot more news on this Paranormal Activity 3, so we're going to throw it to him.
Paranormal Activity 3 has actually been announced. The guys that did Catfish, even though Brandon hates it, I think it was actually pretty good. I think it was very reasonable, and I think that stuff happens all the time. I'm not saying that that movie was real, but I think that type of stuff happens all the time, and it scares the crap out of me. The Paranormal Activity movies actually scare me. The first two movies took place sort of in the same time range and in the same family. So with the third movie actually being announced, I kind of wonder, is it going to take place within the same family, within the same time frame, or is it going to be something completely different? So yes, I will go see this movie for sure.
So I personally love Thor.
I thought Thor was great.
Oh man, it did really well. Not only overseas but domestically, it did 66 million, which is pretty good. So they're not quite sure if they're going to do a sequel yet, but obviously the Mighty Thor will return.
You know they will.
In the Avengers movie. But they were afraid with Chris Hemsworth that he wasn't going to be well received in the States, because people only know him apparently from like Australian soap operas.
I thought he did an awesome job.
Yeah, I knew him from Star Trek, obviously, but not everyone did.
But for more on this movie, we actually have a movie review from Mindy on nerdlocker.com. Be sure to check that out. Also, though, just a quick little mention here. A while back, we talked about Mickey Rourke being in a movie called The Passion Play, and he said it was going to suck. And it did. It made $2,000 this week. So
how do you even do that?
At least he knew it was going to be terrible.
At least he told you.
I love the truth coming from him, rather than telling me to go see a movie nobody's obviously going to like.
Do you think he was on set going, "This is awful"?
Probably, is awful, which is why I like him so much. Like he's just like, I'm collecting a paycheck.
Right. All right, that's gonna do it for our TV and movie news. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.